Hello, everyone. A warm good morning to you. So, today we are going to speak about something that fascinates the whole world, which goes the whole world, makes go round. It's money. What does money mean to you? When I ask you this question, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Think about it. Is it security? Is it independence? Or is it just some numbers, mumbo jumbo, on the screen? What is it to you? Everyone has a different perspective, a different concept of money. So today, I am here to give you another different version of money. So we think about money in just material terms. But let's dive deeper. Money is more profound than material. It impacts everything. It is material as well as spiritual. In all the Indian traditions, we have seen money as a flow of abundance. So we talk about prosperity. Prosperity is the larger umbrella and money is a part of it. So the greater abundance, which means to lead a life of fulfillment, to lead a meaningful life, how to use money in the right way is what is important. So, as many of you must know, I belong to a traditional Punjabi family. I wasn't taught a lot about money like this because in a traditional Punjabi family, usually there are gender-defined roles in which women are generally, more defined towards household duties, and men are the ones who take over the money responsibilities. So, of course, the women's role in my family was also undervalued, and men were mostly supposed to take care of the money aspect of it. But as life happened, I challenged norms in my personal life as well as professional life. And I actually came to know that money is not just about some numbers or just about some earning. It is about empowerment. It is about making a change. It is about freedom. The freedom in which you can walk out of many situations in life if you feel trapped. The freedom to create a life of your visions, of your goals. So yes, friends, as I have worked in the industry for very long, the business world is very competitive, as we know. But having a different concept of money actually gave me fulfillment in my work because I wanted to use money in the right direction, in a more meaningful way. Right now, we know there was a great titan, a rare gem in India, who's recently passed away, Mr. Ratan Tata ji. And he is the shining example of someone who has made a difference, not only by his life, even after his passing away. We can see how his life has deeply touched us. We can see how he made such a great change to uplift the whole society, not only himself. And that is the change I am also here to make. So we start with small, simple steps. Of course, I'm young right now, but yes, that is the perspective I have. So there was a concept of financial independence, which was very prevalent. And we still have that. And financial independence is not just about having money in the pocket. It is about leading a life which is more meaningful. So the whole concept of money has to be challenged in a way. A new concept has to be brought about. So if we see money in a way in which it is a form of energy, your whole relationship to money will change. Think about money as you putting in your energy. It's a reflection of your work. You are giving to society and you are getting back something from that. So thinking about money in that way makes us see change. So we would want that the young minds should think about money as a form of energy, as a form of flow, Money is not just about hoarding, about accumulating. It is about using it with a purpose. It is about using it for a force of good, for a force of goodness to bring about a positive change in the world. So money, there should be a heart behind that money. That is the most important thing. So when I speak about money, it's very important here to mention that money can be earned in many ways, as we know. So there is something called the blood money, and we should always be careful about not dwelling into this. Blood money is something which is accumulated through unethical means, through exploiting people, through environmental damage, through causing suffering. And this sort of money will never, never ever bring us fulfillment. Trust me, I have seen many people go down the drain. They had a lot of money, but yes, not ethical terms. And yes, it does give you that quick money, but it doesn't last. It is hollow, it is shallow. So it is very important to avoid such pitfalls and not get into anything like that. But the good news is that there are ways to earn money in ethical ways, through innovation, through having goodness, through having that positivity. If we also look at Indian traditions, we hear about Lord Buddha and his Ashtangik Marg, and there is a term called right livelihood. And the emphasis on right livelihood was because we want to earn money through ethical means with minimum carbon damage, helping each other, bringing in that positive change in the entire world, and not bringing more damages which have already been done. So yes, if we start today, things can change, and the young minds can do it if they wish to. So a little about financial independence, as the talk is on money. Financial independence is the word independent, of course. That gives that, wow, I'm independent. But what does financial independence actually mean? So it could mean very different things to many different people. We can take an example of a car. So imagine we have a car, but it is running on borrowed fuel. We are all the time worried that the fuel is going to get over, the tank is going to get empty, where are we going to go? You know, this is going to stop in this way. Am I going to reach my destination or not? Questionable. But imagine, on the other hand, you have a car which is your own. You don't have to worry about the fuel, you know the destination, you know the way, and you go straight. So that, my friends, is financial independence. So you have enough corpus of money in which you can lead a life of your dreams, of your goals, of what you want to do. Nowadays they say there is this concept of FIRE. So you're financially independent, retire rich, early. So retiring early is a good idea, you know, if you want to do something more purposeful in life. But I would suggest one should keep working throughout their life to create a meaningful change in the world. But yes, these concepts are there that you don't have to work till 60s now. You can retire as early as 30s, 40s if you have a money corpus. Money could mean financial independence. It could mean very different things to college students or school students. For college students, it could be saving up money for a trip, for a side hustle. For a young professional, it could be creating a safety net that you don't have to work in something, you know, which you're not passionate about. So it's different things to different people, to different genders. So it's a different perspective. But yeah, having the right mindset of using it meaningful and creating a meaningful life for yourself as for others is the sort of way which would actually lead you to your destination, in which you can make an impact for yourself as well as others. So a little about the money aspect. So we talk about money, and there's a metaphor I would like to use for that. Imagine talking about saving, budgeting, and investing in a way in which we take a metaphor of a house. So it's very simple. So a house needs a very strong foundation. So understand savings in a way in which it is the foundation of your house. Saving is a very important concept, and it can be done at any age. Like you can begin right now, but just saving a little each day, or saving 10% of probably your monthly allowance of anything. You can just keep it in your bank account. And they say the eighth miracle of the world is compounding. So if we see that if you have some money and you just put it in your bank account, it's very easy because it will grow over time because of compounding. So that's a very easy way to do it. And I would encourage everyone here to have the habit of saving. So more than the amount, think about saving as a habit. Creating a habit to save is more important than how much money are you putting into it. Of course, that is important. But creating that habit as young individuals is very, very crucial. So once we are done with the saving, now the blueprint of the house, that is budgeting. So one has to look at where the expenses are going. Where is my money going? And nowadays we have so many apps, so many people, so many YouTube tutorials, so many places where you can just see and learn that budgeting is very easy to do because you have to ultimately see where your money is going. Is it going into clothes? Is it going into education? Is it going into just partying? One has to have a budget because overspending actually leads to bankruptcy. So it can happen in any time in your life. So keep away from overspending, and the only way to do that is through budgeting. So one has to always budget. So it's very easy to budget. If you think about a bucket, then you can allocate a percentage to it, like a 50, 30, 20. The 50% should go into the wants, and the 50% should go into the needs, the 30% should go into the wants, and the last 20% should go into the saving. So it's very easy to do that. And after we're done with that, let us build on it. The last and the final, investing, which is very simple to do if you've done the first two correct. Investing is something in which money creates more money on its own. So it's like standing on the second floor of the house. Now you have the foundation, you have the house, blueprint, everything, and you're standing on the second floor and you're like, okay, I've got this money and let's invest. And there are many ways to invest now. Simple ones are mutual funds, equity, you read about it, you hear about it, very easy to do. You can start with a simple SIP every month, very, very easy to do, and it's encouraged early on in life because the more you are aware in the early stages of your life, the more your corpus will be. So it will keep on growing through compounding as well. So it's a great time for you all to start. So this would be a great time. And then, we talk about things like side hustles, and there's so many ways to earn money nowadays. It's very different. It's the digital era, it's the age of AI. There are many methods, many means, which we did not have at our time. And you do have that exposure. So it'll be great to have a side hustle to create more money and keep doing good for the world. So friends, in the end, would just like to leave you with the thought that action is the most important thing. We can keep on hearing talks, keep on reading, but action is the most important thing. So if you make it a point to start today, try right now, just with a little bit, just today, just think about it that, okay, today I will save a little, or I can budget a little, or I can invest a little. So the journey would start today. So the financial journey starts right now, right here. So do not delay, start right now. Grow, build. Thank you so much.